Hello and welcome. Right, I got bought down a second tractor, and I brought down the truck. I've got the back down from down here. I thought it was about time I brought it up. I'm just trying to put the seeds, some seeds on the back of um, the trailer. Really, yeah, it's a bit messy though, but yeah, let's try it. Now this doesn't like you. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Yeah, it does one up and one down. I've figured this out on which map was I on? So that I discovered that it does this strange thing, which is a little bit strange. Yeah. Now then, I think it drops it drops the one on the right, which would be the one that's flying. Yeah, and then if we drop that one, should be able to push it on a little. It's not going to work quite as you think. That's the trouble, is physics are a little bit strange. Oh, now it's doing something strange to that. I think what we'll do is it's going to be one of those tasks which I've so many times before thought it should be easy, and then it's just game mechanics. It's being what it is, isn't it really? We try and drop that into there. I think we'll just take one, and if we need to come back with an empty trailer, then we will do that. What we'll do is, I didn't want to repair this without showing you. I know it can't use this, but it can actually easily repair it and take it home, basically, yes. So let's get this. I'm not going to show you the long journey. You know I can't reset it because I'm going to lose all my seeds and all of my fertilizer and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm just going to, it's even a struggle to actually push it. It really is. Right. I noticed there was a game update, as I came in, so I'm expecting things to be fixed. There were quite a few things I noticed. Physics had changed a little bit, not before, not now, actually before. Now we need to do this. Yeah. Before, basically, I did knots, like after. I don't know what's changed. I haven't had a chance to. This is my first. No, it's not actually. No. I looked at the Bavarian farm by Bernie, who I'm a massive fan of his mods that I use on an awful lot of my Let's Plays. So I've got to have a look because his work is going to be fantastic. And I was right, it is. I think I'd like to do a proper Let's Play in the future, and I thought we've got a lot on already. We've got long-term commitments, and I've not been that well. I did a bit of an emotional event with some long-term friends that real bolt out of the blue, and it sort of rocked me a bit. And it's amazing sometimes you don't realise how emotional things actually knock you for six, really, when things don't go quite right. Anyway, let's take this up the top. So yeah, it's an emotional, it's really, that is all it is. So I did actually where I can show seeds because they're on your back of your truck, you wally. Oh yeah, I'm not going to show you because it's going to do a lot of that snatching, so I'll meet you back at the top of the farm and then we can chat. Yeah, this is my first foray back on this since the monster session last, where we did an awful lot of work. Yeah, I'll pan back at the top of the farm. See you shortly. Right, well, I thought, because this is such a monster, that we'd set this going first on the original stones, and then we will literally plough. Now thinking about this, actually, isn't this the very monster that really anything can pull this? Strange enough, it's not got a horsepower requirement, so this is the very one that we're going to need to. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're going to need to do the ploughing with this, aren't we? So basically, I'd like to set this go. I don't want to waste the resources. I know that might seem a little bit silly, but we might get a few tons of stone out of this if we are going into the making of lime and going into it as a business. And I thought, for once, let's feature something that we haven't featured for a long time. So yeah, I agree totally. We can't do these until tomorrow, till April morning. So The peas, that is, sorry. Yeah, I would expect you to read my mind from what I've just seen. Yeah, we can't do that. It's not till tomorrow morning, so that's one thing we can't do. But we've still got a lot of prep to do, but there is a lot of prep to do, so I am going to literally say my words now then. We need one of the bigger ones, really. You're not too small. I think we'd like to... Now, did we do the animals before we do anything? Yeah, because as we keep saying, I think we're alright. I think I'm right. I think we could, for once, trade on the fact that we looked after our animals so terribly well all of the time, and that really they could go in a complete month because we feed and look after them so well with the straw. I think for once we're going to do that. So let's borrow. No, there's not only so much we can do now. 22 likewise. Is that stone? It's a little bit with the stone. I had one where it showed orange stone, and then we used a stone picker and we looked and there was no stone on the field, but the map said we'd got stone, whereas this you can see stone, so this is going to work, so that's not so bad. Right, let's grab the... Yeah, actually that would do. Yeah, the biggie is what I'm thinking. We don't need that. Let's get some wood done. Then we're going to a time lapse, because this is, again, for us to actually do what we need to do is going to require quite a bit. I might actually get those fed as well at different times. We might borrow the John Deere. We're going to borrow all of the big tractors that are really going to make a difference to this set of work. I'm going to set this going first on stone picking, and yeah, we've got a decent team of tractors, to be honest. We've got some mid range, yeah, I would say 240s, what I would have at one time classed as large tractors, but getting into the game more and more, I've got to be honest, they are now, I would class as, yeah, I mean, they're a decent, but for a farm like this where everything's big and massive, to be honest, it really is. It then becomes that they're not really that big at all. It's, yeah, a matter of scale, isn't it, really? So we need to set this going first, then we're going to grab the plough, and then we're going to do this again, really. And we also need to check that we've done that production. Right, so then field 2, orange stone, which is not bad at all. So if we got a field 2, we have, smashing. So we want to grab, yeah, I'm going to say my words, we'll sort this all out. It's a lot quicker when you do it like that. So I'm not sure if this is worker friendly. It might be courseplay friendly. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I did not expect that. Ooh, okay, I wonder, is this the piece of equipment we've got? Because I can't imagine that is. I know what it could be. Having had a massive field on that I could not understand at the time is, if I'm on the right screen, that is how close we are to the edge of the map. We may get away with this. I'm going to try something out. Sometimes if you're actually against the side that is the problem, because there's headland there and there's headland there where there's no edge of the map, and there's headland there where there's no edge of the map. The only thing that could be a problem is this here. Now there are a few different ways you can tackle this for those who have got the use of courseplay. One of which is to actually waste a tiny bit of the field and to literally paint the edges. We've realised, the game does realise that's how fields are made, is if you paint a proper permanent painting, that then means, but the other thing that is less harsh is possibly to actually go on this side where all the other headlands are doable. Now I also need to check, have we, we scanned, didn't we, last time? Did we scan them all? We did, yeah, fantastic. With a few exceptions of tiny little. See, it is quite large, but then the Western Wales was likewise, and it just would not have it. Second thing is, it could actually be the piece of equipment we've got, and I might have to do this manually and set the other one going with the plough. So I'll give this one last chance to actually work, and we'll try Let's try 2. Yeah, there you go. Let's try it with 3 now and just see if it was actually. Now, should be fine. Yeah, it's nothing to do with that. It is exactly what I said. It was too close to the edge of the map and couldn't work that out. But being as you are at the edge of the map, it pushes away from it. So that's fine. So 2, save course, activate, 15.8 meters. I'm going to have a look at this because I'm not sure. Right, yeah, let's also unfold. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to treat this like a hostile piece of equipment that Courseplay doesn't understand. So that means I'm going to literally get it down ready. And sometimes they actually still go and fold it away. And if they do, it means they understand what it is and they're quite happy with that. If they don't and they just leave it where it is, it means it's just going to use the equipment as it is, and that it'll do. So fantastic. Right, let's grab that, and yeah, we're going to go into that big time lapse, yeah, because there's a lot of work to do. At least we've figured out that nasty sort of thing. But it's always nice to pass on what you've garnered from like something like Courseplay over the years, things that work. Right, let's get this going as well. And what we'll do is we're going to go, knowing what we know now, we're going to go up that end forward, making this as well. So this is going to follow that really. This is slightly bigger really, thinking about it. This is almost double that's the size of that one. So yeah. So really we're going to need him to go around almost twice, which is going to take a while really. I'm trying to think what else we are going to plant. I don't want to rush this, so we might actually just prep this particular guy because this is a monster, it really is. Is that working okay? Yeah, no, it is absolutely fine. So I think if there's any way that I can sort this, really. It doesn't need prepping though, does it really? I think I might not make him work for myself, really. If we remove the stones that we've got already, I'm sure it already says that it's got a cultivated finished. Yeah, it's got a blanket full of weeds, we know that. Yeah, it's cultivated. So let's not make ourselves additional work that's not necessary. I do want to get rid of the stones. If we leave that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that. Doesn't make the most interesting watching. I always find on big fields. Is that? No, it's still going, it's just slowly. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that trundling. And I'm going to bring you back. Couldn't we sort of follow? I suppose we could really, in a way. That is true. What are we going to plant? I don't want to waste. Yeah, we're going to do. No, I do want to do peas, I think, in this big field, because I think that should be a stupendous amount. I would still like to do. Did we actually lease the? What have we got in lease? Nothing. We didn't lease in then. I was going to do the sugarcane, wasn't I? When is sugarcane actually planted? Right now. So that we could do. So then, while that is travelling, what we're going to do is I'm going to meet you back down at the shop, and we are going to go and get a sugarcane planter, I think. So I'm going to see you down. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Yeah, I'm right down at the farm. Now make sure, is everything okay at the top? Is that working? Yes, it is on that monster fields. And what is the progress looking like? Yeah, no, that's fine. We can tell that it's going to take a long while though to actually do that field. It's not even done a circuit in all that time. So yeah, it's going to take a bit of a long time. Put the 2C. Ooh. No, that's not what I want to do. It is that. And we will literally clamp that up. Right, can we? I'm not sure we can do this. I'm not sure. We'll have a go. Not sure what the hitch is. I can't remember. So we want sugar cane technology, which doesn't seem to get much love, really. Oh. Yeah, we're going to use, I've got to be honest, since finding this, I've really, yeah, always gone for this one, really. By SR, I didn't realise SR Vertex, it is fantastic. You can, of course, go monstrous. I think you can go double. Liquid fertilizer. No, I think we'll stick to what we've got. Cabinet class work area. Original 3 meters we shall. We're not going to do anything. I think 3 meters, when you compare it to what you've had before, it's 3-point hitch. Right, I'm going to need to bring a tractor. Okay, so then 25. It does tell you how much litres that is. We're going to lease that. Yes. And 25. Going to go for the pallets of that, which I love doing this. Sugar cane. 25, which is, if we buy 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not sure if that went wrong. It did seem to do strange things. Right, I need to grab a tractor, so I shall be back shortly. Right, oh, that ran out of seeds quickly. Why all of a sudden can we not fill the seeder? Okay, that's interesting. I can't recall I ever had any issues with filling this ever before. Usually it's height. Can we grab a couple of these? Otherwise it's going to take a bit of time, really. See if that does the job. If it was just a matter of height, as it seems to be. Oh, that's all I meant to do. Right, this is going to take a while to fill up, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to time like this as well. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and girls on the other side. I think I'm coming out of the time lapse. I think we're going to do this over a few sessions, otherwise it would be so monstrous, it would be ridiculous, it would. We have done well, yeah, when you consider what we've achieved. Well, again, a scale, yeah, as you can see, I would say we're about 60% done, I would say, with the headlands, yeah, so that's good. Also realise that we've only got cedars, we've got a monster set of cedars, but we really, if we're trying to think, do we need sunflowers? We haven't really got any. No, not really, do we? I'm thinking about all of the things that we've got. I think cedars are actually fine. We're not really doing anything. We've not got any like the farmer jab or anything like that. We've got the dairy, but do we branch out? Yeah, or do we just? It is late in the Let's Play. We're going to play this like Farmers and Hobo's Hollow, where we're really farmers. I mean, we have sort of stuck to these special crops that are worth quite a lot, and we've sold them as crop. We have still touching productions, but do we just do this as a good old-fashioned farm? As in, like, yeah, we're touching productions, but we're not. Right, actually, while you're passing, let's just get that corner, because there's quite a bit of stone there. I've used the forage one of this. It's not so nice. It's, yeah, it really is a little bit, it's a bit bulked. It's quite new, so I'm hoping it becomes as good as this, because I've not had any problems with this at all. But the forage one crashes every single session that you use it. It will do a little bit and then crash and burn. It's a very similar model really to this, so I'm hoping Mac Trucker gets it sort of finished, or like repaired or fixed. I don't know. I don't know what you'd actually call it with a mod. Let's do down the other end, but get the corners done. We'll also prep that field next time. I'm trying to think what we're going to do. I'm going to give this some thought, but I am literally, we're going to sort of let that trundle on, but I'm going to stop it and we're going to carry on next session and also do some more work with what we've already got. Yeah, obviously the peas we're going to carry on, in a couple of sessions. Because this is going to take a while, I would say. Again, scale, it is a matter of scale, and I always knew that. I knew this, we'd have to go big. I mean, this, you'd have had to have a fleet of even the black sheep mod in 9.3, it's supposed to be 9.5, but I think Forceplay reads it as 9.3. But yeah, that. I thought it was time to upgrade that. So we've got 2 tractors now that are more than capable of pulling large implements. But when I say large, I don't mean the monstrously stupendous, because I know there are monster sort of things obviously that it can't do. Right, so then what did we get to? Sure, let's go to the top. It'll either moan and it'll come down this end, or it will just do it again. I'd like to finish this off. This will be the last little bit. In fact, let's do ourselves. It's not going to take too long if we don't faff around. I would imagine we're going to do quite well out of the selling of the lime. I mean, that's it. I haven't used the lime crushing mod in an awful long time, because it can be a bit overpowering, but I've got to be honest, this Let's Play really is almost impossible to overpower it, because you can earn a fortune and spend a fortune, really. I am still thinking, do we bring in a production there? Do we just go? I mean, there's nothing we can do with the... We can do seeds for the barley, which we didn't plant. So that's definitely a good, not a bad idea. We've got the facilities to do that already. We could, obviously we've got to sell the peas direct, which is why I never brought any productions in where we were doing that, or lentils, and just sold them direct, because obviously there's nothing you can do. So I couldn't bring any productions in for either of those, but that doesn't mean we've got more fields now. So can you say you've done your best if you just sell the crops? There's some crops we've had to do that in past years, but this year we could do something like the farmer joes. In fact, we could do, I suppose, barley's not a good one, but it probably is the very best you could ever do with barley. Probably there's a constituent part of some pig food with certain things, or the seeds, which it'll do very well, because it's not quite as good as wheat, but it is still nevertheless good. So that will be a cracking thing for all of that field of barley. There are things like, sunflower's not a bad one. On a scale, probably that field there would be, because it really is quite a poor yield. You could then make sunflower oil, which is quite a lot. It's worth quite a lot. And also, it's true. It's not too late really. It's March. We've got a complete year, at least a complete year, where we see all the harvests out, and before I'm ready to sort of say, let's hang out. So it's early on. I'd like to do coffee, which is like greenhouses. I mean, I know in FS19 at the end you could actually do coffee, which was quite fantastic. The best we can do in FS22 so far is greenhouses. Now I don't think I'm going to do, I think that's still too much for one pass. I think so too. I don't think it's quite going to work, so we'll just go and go up and then down for the finishing touches. Just not quite big enough. So I'd like to do that as well. I really would. I've fancied to go that ever since I've had the mod in, and I thought, you can't do it on all maps. I think coffee's primarily South African and South American, so it doesn't mean to say it couldn't be done in America, and it may be done in America, so not sure it could be done in Europe, but then again it might be that I'm not quite, I need to do a little bit of research, because I do like to research so that I know that I'm right, and that I know that especially going for realism, it's one of the things I've tried to do over the last year to really, and to do that sometimes you do need to do your research. It's what first started me with knowing that the back boxes couldn't be used on the front was the fact that I did research on hitches and realised that actually people were right. You can't use the big boxes on the front hitch. Of course you can use the front loader ones like the Samurai. That is actually could use this because the weight limit on the lifter is quite phenomenal, so that's plausible, but not on the front box. Even if the Samurai will let you do it, I mean, of course we have got a couple of vehicles that the Unimog has got as large a hitch at the front as it has on the back. Also the Simtrack likewise has a strong front 3-point link as back. It's reversible. It literally is the same at the front as it is at the back, so therefore its hitch is stupendous. And also the little AB, strangely enough, has got a bigger hitch on the front. They're the only vehicles that I'm aware of that actually have a front hitch that is capable of doing that, and obviously the AB is quite small, so although it's strong enough, it's not really got the horsepower to actually do most things, but its hitch is still strong and you can't take that away from it. So yeah, realism again, right, so that is still quite impressive. Not another 9 tons. I don't think I've ever seen, I've never ever had, well again, it's a matter of scale, isn't it really? That's what I was sort of saying. So we've done, I thought I'd already limed that one. I thought I did it at one session. I remember doing it, I think, as we'd finished. So that one's, we've got a bit of a leap on that one. Obviously we're going to have to plough and de-stone that one, and then get that ready too. So I think if we're going to do that, sunflowers, I'm trying to think of what, now we haven't got a planter. I think we're going to go with, now my favourite is also a planter stroke seeder, but we've not gone with that. We've already gone with our choices. So if we're going to plough it anyway, yes, it's a shame really, because we're not going to get much use out of those the other ones. Oh, now we've gone monstrous. We've got that field to do as well. I've got to also think about oats is a really good one to be for flour, for bread, and it's obviously one that is fantastic, so that's possible. Let's have a look. This is not far off actually. No, it's, I think, a few minutes off. We could actually crack on a little bit. We could actually go and so what? Let's have a look at our fields. Let's have a bit of a chin wag and see what are we going to do. So we've got a sugar cane here. We're doing peas in this monster here. That one's got barley, which we had no choice, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have had a bit of a choice. Yeah, I was thinking cotton, but we could do cotton in 25. That's a planter really, and we could do that as oats. Just trying to think. Oats. We were on about sunflowers really. Sorry, yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I really am. Yeah, so we did oats in there. So for realism, if I was going to try to observe, I might not have the mod, but that doesn't mean to say that I shouldn't observe the fact that that was a cereal crop, so therefore not to do that. So we could do sunflowers in that. Oats is not a terribly high yield. If we're going to do peas in that one, that's just a cash crop. So sunflowers in that one, oats in that one. It's weird really when you start to go on a scale that you start to think, well actually, do we buy that one back? That one would stretch us so far that we would literally, yeah, I'm thinking oats in those two to go, although would that, I'm trying to think about the size of 30. You've got to start to think about the scale that we're at. On an English map, that might be classed as a humongous great field, so therefore the yield would be good. We usually get hundreds of tons of oats. So I'm thinking Yeah. Sunflowers, oats, peas, and another oats. I'm going to buy that one back. That is, unless it has been planted. I didn't check, did I? Oh, no. No, we're lucky. It hasn't. But it is cultivated. Fantastic. So we have, yeah, we bought an extra field. It makes sense, really. Ooh, okay. Looks like... Do you know, let's get this finished ourselves. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go into a very brief time lapse. We're just going to get this finished. So I'm going to see guys and gals on the other side. And there we were done, I think. I think that was us done. We narrow in. Yeah, there's not many blobs on that. There's a little tiny bit just on that far corner that you can see, which means it must be fairly big. It's probably a corner swish, but yeah, we've not got much left for saying, and we topped up again. That's about 35 tons of seed, I think, which is more seed than I've ever had, I think, in a year of normal planting or seeding. That's tremendous. I can't see it. Is it here? Sure, whether it's those hidden marks. is about there. So I would say if it is, let's just go over it. If it's done, it's done. I would say it's here. No, we need to be out of the way. I think it was. I think we've just done it. And I really do think that was it. Yeah, it was. Fantastic. Let's eject this little lot. Cracking bit of kit from SR Vertex. Whether that's Senior Vertex or SR Vertex, but it is a cracking bit of kit. It really is. I've thoroughly enjoyed using this every single time I've actually used it. And I think I've used this in the last, ever since Silver Run when it first popped. It is fantastic. It really is. We shall. That shall be gone by the time we get back. Yeah, I shall have called the shop and it will have returned to the shop before next session, and we will get on with our, and I'll see if I remember. So it is, let's remind myself, this is going to be peas. This was oats last year, so it's going to be sunflowers, and this is oats, and this is oats, unless I decide differently. I'm trying to think, is there, is there any need for corn? I'm trying to think if we are bringing in another partner. Oils. I'll think about it. I will. This one we're going to have a question mark by. What are we going to do? I'd like to do cotton, but I don't think it'd be big enough, really, to actually make it. Although that does do cotton as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's two contenders. There's the Farmer Jeb, which is the general mill. And there's the Omatana Farm Factory, which does similar things, but also does things like dairies, and also I know we've got a dairy, but it also does the clothes side of things as well. So we could do that. Be interesting to do. It also would make good use of a planter. Right. So then, in that case, are we going to lease it rather than buy though? I think we will. It's the last year. Why should we take a massive hit? I think we are going to lease the big Kinsey. I do. And we are going to lease you for 12,724. We're on euros. I apologise. I did not notice until the very end of the session. So, yeah, my bad. Yeah, I apologise for that. I should have noticed sooner. Right, but yeah, that is a monster session over. A lot of prep and a lot of sowing. So, I mean, to be honest, this is probably yeah, with how big and how small the planters are, it really is a monster field, really, of sugar cane, as we all know. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, I've got a few options. I've got the 9-meter cutter head, so yeah, we could definitely do that. Which means forage, whether we're leasing or whatever. But yeah. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.